Do your TikTok videos tend to get stuck at a certain number of views? Today we're going to look at the statistics and the back end of TikTok to see if we can master the algorithm and take control and get the views that we truly deserve. Let's get into it. So in this first of 2 episodes on TikTok, I'm going to look at the statistics, the back end, analyze everything that you need to know about what TikTok is telling you about your videos that you might not know. And then we're going to take that information and apply it to the content that we create to try and hack the algorithm and make our content more algorithm friendly so that TikTok is more than happy to show it to everyone. So let's go. So a lot of people just post TikTok completely blindly, not caring the world, they just make content, put it out there. But there's a whole world of statistics waiting for you to deep dive into that can unlock secret, hidden things about your content that you didn't even know was a thing. So here I am today to tell you about each and every statistic, what it means for you, and how we can learn from it to help manipulate our content and make better videos. So the first thing that you want to be looking at, and the first thing that you've probably already been looking at, is the view count. Now, for some people, we find this with a few of our clients, is that they get stuck at a certain number of views per video and they don't ever go any further than that. Now, the problem is that a lot of people just sit back and go, oh, that's just TikTok. TikTok isn't pushing these videos out. There's actually a lot of things that we can look at and dissect to understand why TikTok isn't pushing our videos any further. Now, the reason that TikTok doesn't push your videos any further is because it starts with a very small sample of people. So when your video gets posted to TikTok, it will send it to maybe like 500, 100 people. And then amongst them, TikTok needs to decide, is this video worth sending any further? So we'll look at these metrics to decide if it's worth sending on. That's the reason why you might find that your videos are capped at a certain number of views every time. So let's cover the surface level statistics first. Obviously there's views, which I've just mentioned, and within the views, you can actually see for each video how many people per week, per month, per year, whatever it might be, are new, fresh viewers that have never seen you before. Now, this is a really interesting statistic because obviously what we would like is to have lots of recurring viewers. So people that have, watched one of your videos, perhaps not done anything with it, not liked, not followed, not anything like that, but they've seen it and they've watched it, okay? And then they get fed it again later on, maybe another one of your videos. So we're looking for these returning viewers. If you've got a majority of new viewers that have never seen you before, that means that TikTok is throwing it out to lots of different people, different times, and no one's sticking around. We want a nice balance of new and returning viewers so that we can grow whilst also retaining a loyal following. So obviously that ties quite neatly into followers. Now, followers is a number that you will have, and hopefully it should be going up, right? But it's important to note that TikTok does not limit the amount of viewers that you go out to based on your followers. So if you have 0 followers, your video will have equal chance of reaching those higher numbers than a person with millions of followers. Obviously, if you're a follower of someone and you're flicking through the My Friends page or people that you're connected to, obviously you're going to go out to your followers, which is a really positive thing. So you need those followers because they are almost like secure audience, if you will. But TikTok doesn't treat you unfairly if you don't have many, which is really important to know. A lot of people assume that they are a small creator and therefore TikTok doesn't like them and doesn't push their videos out. That isn't the case. It's probably the content and not learning from these statistics that is the problem. So you want to start a podcast, but you don't know how. First of all, like and subscribe and have a look around the channel. There's lots of useful videos to help you on your way to starting, scaling, and thriving in your podcast career. Also, did you know that we run a 3-day event over here in Peterborough called the Podcast Profit System? Come join us in a room of like-minded individuals, meet the progressive team, learn how we do things, and there's a free lunch thrown in as well. All right, let's get back to the video. So then we have all of your interaction stats. And what I mean by that is your likes and your comments. So obviously if someone likes your video, that's a really nice thing. And they might press the little love heart to say that they like it. They might also share it with other people and they might comment as well. Now, whilst these metrics are really useful and obviously commenting allows you to connect with your audience, liking is just a feel-good metric, things like that, they aren't actually the most important metric in deciding how far these videos get spread on TikTok. I'm going to save the most important one till the very end. But all you need to know is that likes and comments aren't super important in the process. They're okay, they're good, and it's really affirming of really high quality content. So the more likes you get should give you an indication as to what you should be focusing on, doubling down on, expanding upon. So use those metrics as an indication that the videos you're making have some good qualities to them that you should embrace moving forward. Another metric is profile views. So anyone that's seen your video on the For You page and then gone through to find your full page with all of your videos on it, and then a little bit about you and all of that stuff. Now, this metric it's fine, it's okay. It obviously shows people that have tried to delve a bit deeper, or maybe they've searched you up specifically. So if you've told someone to go and find your TikTok and then they've gone through and they've found your page and they've clicked onto it from there, that's a really strong metric to, see the people that are trying to figure you out and trying to watch more of your content. Obviously from there, they might choose to follow if they're getting really into it. But profile views are they're not really an important metric in pushing your videos any further. So I wouldn't worry about it for now. You've got to remember that most TikTok content is just browsed by scrolling through the For You page. So it's very, very rare that someone will click through onto your page unless they're keen to know more. So use that metric as an indicator of that, but don't read into it too much. You can actually see where your views are coming from using the traffic source metric. So if it's coming from the For You page, it's a really good sign because it means that your video is being fed out to more people organically through the algorithm, right? So if people are scrolling and then your video appears, that's a really, really good sign. Other places that it could come from, though, are things like your profile. So if people have directly searched you up, then that it will register as coming from your profile. So it's good to know that statistic to see maybe if you've been in a room with lots of people and you've said, go check out my TikTok, they might have searched you up and gone through that route. So you might be able to see, okay, right, I told these people to search for me. They've gone to my profile, so I can see that that's those people. Other people might have found me organically through the algorithm. So that's the people that have come through the For You page, which is really exciting. There are some really, really, really interesting features that TikTok give you to allow you to see what your viewers are doing beyond your videos, right? So they'll see you and then they'll scroll on. Where do they go from there? It's really interesting, actually. So TikTok gives you 3 metrics that you can see. So the first metric that TikTok gives you is search-related queries. Now, this is what people are typing into TikTok to eventually find your video. So it might be related. Maybe there's some keywords in there that kind of tie into what you're talking about. But you can look at those and see, right, people are searching these things to find me. Can I tap into that in any way to get to them quicker? So you know what your audience are looking for and can kind of tap into it. And then these are the things that I find really exciting. So the 2 more metrics that TikTok gives you about your viewers and where they go, it tells you creators that they go on to watch after watching you, which is really, really good. So it will give you, say people that watch you, blah, 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 and then it will have all of the profiles that people then go on to see. What I recommend you then do is go on to where they're going. So follow on, look at those creators, see what kind of content they're making, and see what you can steal and borrow from the videos that they're making. Maybe it's some catchy hooks, maybe it's the topics that they're talking about, maybe it's just anything about the way they do it. What can you purge from other people that your viewers are going on to go and see that you can do yourself or a bit differently? Similarly to that, another statistic that TikTok gives you is posts that viewers then go on to watch. So where are they going after that? You can actually click on the videos that they go and find after watching you. Is it related to you in any way, shape or form? Can you steal anything? Now, remember, the point of looking at all these statistics is to then grow and evolve and change what you're doing. There's no point looking at all of this stuff if you're not going to make concrete decisions about how you're going to change your content to better it. TikTok then gives you breakdowns of things like gender. So you want to look at that and think, am I reaching the audience that I thought I'd be reaching? Do I need to target it differently? If it isn't what you want, how can you change it? If it is what you want, how can you double down? So predominantly disruptive media is male-dominated audience. So do we want to change that? Perhaps. How could we change it? Do we change the branding? Do we change the presenter? Do we change how we deliver things? How can you tweak what you want? Because this all ties into conversations around sponsorship and your brand and things like that. So do consider who you're going out to. Now, these are the most important metrics. I know I was saving them until the end, so here they are. This is the metric that stops you in your tracks when your TikTok video only goes out to a certain number of viewers and then stops. Okay, so if you're hitting the barrier of 100, 700, 1,000, whatever it might be, but not going any further, this is the one metric that affects that. Okay, the metric that affects that is playtime and percentage watched, okay? You want people to be sticking around in your videos for as long as possible. Ideally, what you want, the most perfect thing that you can do is create a video with a seamless loop in it so that people watch the whole video and then accidentally, on purpose, kind of, watch the beginning of the video again. That way you get an over 100% watch rate, which is fantastic. What you might find by clicking on specific videos on your TikTok page is that a lot of people fall off very quickly after finding your video. And that's just a symptom of the day and age in which we live, okay? People have really short attention spans. They want the next thing really quickly, so they're just scrolling on by. So what we're gonna talk about in the next episode is what we can do to really harness that watch time and create something that people wanna stick around for until the end. One short tip for now though is to make sure that the video isn't that long to begin with. Don't have long, convoluted conversations in there. Make it short, make it sharp, and aim for that 100% completion rate. Anything over 80% is generally really good, but obviously if your video is 10 seconds long, that's easier to achieve than if it's 30 seconds long. So think about how long your content is and how you're gonna keep it engaging all the way through. Hopefully that will then lead to TikTok seeing that people are watching all of the content and then sharing it out to more and more people. So I hope that was useful in understanding the back end of TikTok and all the statistics that might be limiting you in some way, shape, or form. Do go and have a look at your own TikTok studio and look at those analytics, particularly that watch time percentage, to make sure that it is higher than 80%. If not, you need to change your content and think about how you might do it. And if you want any tips, stay tuned for next week where I'm going to tell you all about what you can do within the videos itself to increase that number. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I've been Louie from the Podcasters Podcast. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.